Is that what you care about for real though?
Yes, that's why when you ask the typical woman her body count, she usually lies. You lot care about it as well, and you lot know we care about
What
it.
if she ticks every box and then the only flaw is
Wait, pause. Haven't I asked you this exact question before?
About body count.
I basically said to you along the lines of, imagine your perfect ideal woman. She ticks every single box, but she's slept with like over like a lot of guys basically. And you was like, well, she wouldn't be my ideal woman if she's done that. But you're not answering the overall concept of, are you really going to let the woman of your dreams go because she slept with a lot of people and go for the girl who hasn't slept with a lot of people? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm intrigued to see where this is going to go, because this is the conversation that I always have of men being willing to let something so good go just because of the amount of people someone slept with.
But you're saying dream girl. She wouldn't be my dream girl.
Yeah,
I'm not
you say this, you say this,
girl.
you say this. It's too precise. But what I'm saying is that more time you're not even gonna know a woman's body count anyway. I think it's childish to ask a girl that. Most of the time you're not really gonna, if you're a mature adult, you're not really gonna have that conversation. Or how many people have you slept with? So for all you know, you could be with your ideal girl now, and without even knowing she slept with like 100 guys anyway.
If I'm taking you seriously and you're coming home to meet mum, I'm going to ask you that question.
Really?
Yeah, of course. I don't want to be with someone that has slept with the entire neighborhood. If I'm picking up a girl that lives around here, let's say, and she slept with every Tom, Dick and Harry down the road.
If that was the case, so you'd probably know about it beforehand anyway, because
well, let's say you
talk.
didn't. I have the right to know if it's something that bothers me. I mean, there's things that bother women, right? They have the right to know before they get into a serious relationship. I have the right to know.
And what about if she said to you, I've only slept with 3 people, and then you are
3 people's not a big
none
number.
the wiser. Exactly. But really she slept with 100 and you just don't know.
She's lied.
She's lied. Yeah. But how are you ever going to find out?
Because if she slept with 100 people, one of those guys is going to talk 100.
He could be one of the 3. He could be one of the 3.
What?
So you're saying if she slept with 100 guys, one of them might talk.
No, but
that could be, without you knowing, that could be one of the 3 that she's told you about.
Sabi, that is a fallacy then. I am into her based on a lie. When the lie comes out, I am not going to be into her anymore. One, because she lied about it and wasn't courteous enough to tell me. But I should know something like that if I'm taking you seriously. That is something that if it bothers me, I deserve to know. And let me just say, I keep on hearing girls saying, boy, she's the girl of your dreams, but then this. I'm not dreaming about a girl that is being penetrated by all those guys.
Okay. All right. What does your dream girl consist of?
That is besides the point.
No. It's not besides the point. Your dream girl might be able to have the same interests and stuff as you. You've already told me you don't like a girl that goes out clubbing and stuff like that.
Yes.
You might want a girl that can cook. You might want a girl that's family orientated. Someone that cleans, someone that looks after you mentally and emotionally, someone who's good in bed. You might want all these things, and she is all of that.
If she was,
but you don't want to be with her because she slept with a lot of people.
That's my choice, though.
That is your choice. But okay, then go with the girl who you're least compatible with because she's only slept with one person.
But I don't have to. We live on a planet of 7 billion people. Okay. I can exercise my right to find the one that I like.
Okay.
If I get with a girl and she cooks, she cleans, she does this, that, and the other, she's ticking all these boxes, but there's a major red flag, and that is she slept with everybody in the pub or everybody in the bar.
Okay.
Then I'm sorry, that's a deal breaker for me.
So you've been dating this girl for a while now. You're super into her. Like, you feel like you're falling in love with this girl. You have the best time. She's pulling on your heartstrings, and you're like, yeah, I want to take this girl home to meet my mum. And then you ask her the question, and you find out you're literally just gonna throw that all away.
Yeah.
That is bizarre.
How is that bizarre? Why is it bizarre when men have standards? Why is it bizarre when men have standards? It's okay for women to have ridiculous standards of men, but it's not okay for men to have them. That's something that men care about. Why is it ridiculous for us?
It's just ridiculous that you'd not be willing to be with someone who's actually a really nice person just because she slept with a lot of people.
Would you be willing to get into a serious relationship with a man who's a really, really nice guy, but he's broke as shit? As in, he's in his overdraft.
If he is doing something about it, yeah. If he's not doing anything about it, then no.
And what if he's doing something about it and it's just not working? You're 3 years in, he's down his luck. He's not lucky like everyone else. Maybe things haven't gone his way. He's a great guy.
As long as he's still trying. As long as he has that ambition and drive to keep trying, then yeah, I'll stick around.
When does that run out? If he's not successful, when does that run out for you?
It would run out for me if it started really affecting my life.
Okay, so that's a standard that you have. The standard that I have is that I do not want my girl passed around the block.
Okay.
And that's not me putting women down. You're free to do whatever you want. You're sexually liberated. Go and sleep with however many people you want. But men are allowed to have their standards. And this is something that men desire in their partner. Not every man. I know plenty of guys that just don't give a shit. Well, not plenty. I know some guys that don't give a shit. But I know a lot of guys that would be bothered by that. Imagine going to a house party and my man's done your girl. My man's done your girl. My man's done your girl.
I'm not trying to sound like one of them girls, right? Because I agree. Personally, I don't think girls should sleep around. I think you should have respect for yourself. And it's just
You don't think girls that sleep around have no respect for themselves?
I don't class it as having respect for yourself, no.
So if you did it, you'd feel like you've dishonored yourself.
I would feel like absolute shit.
That's fair enough.
And men, it's just men will be men. They will sleep around. So I'm not trying to sound like one of them girls right now with what I'm about to say, but I do want to say, why is it fair for a girl to go somewhere then and know that all these other women have slept with her man or seen what her man looks like naked? It's the same sort of feeling.
No.
You don't want to know that all of these women have had access to your man or know what you're dealing with. They know what your man's private parts look like. That's not private and personal to you. If I'm with a man, I don't want every girl to know what his looks like. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but who's telling women that they have to stick with that guy?
You don't, but it's more of a common natural thing that men have slept about a lot.
Yeah, but...
So it's hard to sort of escape that. Whereas there's a lot of women who haven't slept about, but there's not a lot of men who haven't slept about.
Well, the rate of virgins over the age of 30 is steadily increasing. So it's going to be easier for women to find men that are still virgins at this age.
I don't want a virgin.
Okay, men that have not slept with a lot of women is steadily increasing as well. But they are recording men having less sex now, right? So it's easier for you to go and find someone that's not done that. And you don't have to settle. Like we said, there's plenty of people on this planet. Nobody is forcing women to be with men that have been around the block. It's just that women tend to accept it more than men. It's a standard that men don't like budging on. And women don't seem to have as much of a problem with it.
That's because men put out this ideology that men by nature have to keep having sex and all this stuff, biology, whatever.
But you don't have to accept it.
But,
you can do what you want.
But Michael, if we're really going to sit here and try and tick every single box and finding a man, we're going to stay single and lonely forever.
I'm not saying every single box, but there's things that we hold to a certain standard and there's things that women hold to a certain standard. And our standards don't need to meet because men and women are not the same. If men are bothered by the fact that the woman that they have fallen in love with has also slept with the entire neighborhood or however many people, it could be 5, it could be 10, whatever that man's standard is, he's allowed to have that standard and it should be respected. It's his life, who he's going to take home. The same way a woman can have her standards, whatever they might be, no matter how ridiculous I might find them, she's going to bring that person home to meet her father. She should be comfortable with the person that she's bringing home. It's ridiculous that women think that it's ridiculous for us to have those standards.
Okay.
You can't tick every box because one of the boxes is not having high body count. So when you have a high body count, it says to us men, you make bad decisions because you decided to give out something that's supposed to be valuable to multiple men. Okay. And the more you give it out, the less to us, maybe not to other people, to yourself, the less valuable we consider you to be.
Okay. Right. Isn't that looking for perfection?
No, it's not. It's looking for a girl who makes good decisions and doesn't decide to get run through by Chad and Tyrone. If you come to us with 10 bodies... Because what I'm trying to make you understand is, what possible good does sleeping with 10 men, 20 men before you meet your husband do for your husband?
Okay, it doesn't do good, but what if, like, each time it was a boyfriend?
No, but once again, it doesn't make a difference to us. You still slept with 10 men.
Okay.
And 10 men didn't want you.
Is it the fact that you know who they are? If it was in a different area, let's say you didn't know the guy she slept with, is it different?
Guys,
that's the question, though.
And this is the problem, right? You girls are still trying to argue with it. You just don't want to understand. And this is the indications of a woman that's been run through with a high body count because you just won't understand
Me?
Listen,
Not me.
No. Listen,
you're talking about me.
Anyone that pushes back because good girls that have been run through, they don't. They just say, "Oh yeah, that's cool." But women that
want them to be silenced. You don't want them to.
No, I want you to speak. But if you haven't got a high body count, you wouldn't be talking. You just be cool.
We want to know.
There's a thing called hit dogs holler. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you're trying to degrade all of us?
No, bro,
I'm asking.
King Rich, King Rich.
I want to know.
Rich.
Do you see how they get in their feelings because these guys have standards? He's saying to him that there's no good that can come from a woman that he marries where she's got 20 bodies attached to her name. She's allowed to go out and do that. That is one of your rights, to go and sleep with however many people you want. If you want to do it, by all means, go ahead. But what good does it do me? Why do I have to firm your life choices? Go out and make them, but live with the consequences as well. There's consequences to everything we do, and it's okay to stumble along the way. And maybe there are girls out there that have high body counts that regret it, and now they're having trouble getting a man. But you live with your life choices. Men do not have to settle for stuff they don't want to, and they don't need to. And the sooner that women accept that, the easier it's going to be. We accept that you're sexually liberated and you can go out there and you can sleep with whoever you want, however many times you want. And you accept that we don't like that. Now, I understand, in order for a woman to have sex with multiple men, the men have to be willing to have sex with us. So I've heard the argument, well, if you weren't out there banging all the women, this wouldn't happen. But that doesn't change the fact that we're allowed to have our standards. The woman that we're going to bring home to mum is not the woman that we're meeting in a club. The woman that we're attracted to in the club or attracted to in a bar, it's just that. It's just that we're attracted to them there and we want to sleep with them there. We don't want to take it any further. And again, we're allowed to do that. So if you want to exercise your sexual liberation, go ahead. But don't ask men to just accept you. And then don't get in your feelings and be like, oh, we're degrading you. It's not degrading. No one's telling you can't do it.
Okay, so what is your opinion then on the point that she raised where she said, what about if that was 10 relationships? Because...
makes no difference.
No, just before you go on to say what you're going to say. We all know how hard it is dating in this generation and stuff. So if you're just generally out here trying to find love, you've managed to get in situations 10 times and it's unfortunately not worked out each and every time. Mm-hmm. Not to just blame the woman instantly because it is tough nowadays. She's just naturally had sex with 10 people because she's tried to have a relationship 10 times, not worked. Are you still going to base that same judgment?
Yeah, because there's another way of looking at it. She hasn't been out sleeping with 10 different guys, so the decisions are different. She's been with 10 men that she's tried to make a relationship work with, but what it tells me is you've had 10 failed relationships. Maybe I should raise a red flag to that. And you still caught 10 bodies. At the end of the day, it does nothing for the guy. It does nothing for us. So as I said, it's okay. Go out there and sleep with as many guys as you want. Just understand that you live in the real world and there is another gender that has different ideas to you. We have to accept a lot of the ideas that women have in the modern age, right? There's a lot of new ideas that are being put forward in relationships. Women are exercising their freedoms and whatnot in very different ways in this day and age. But then they get upset when we push back on this one thing. And this is the one major thing that men tend to push back on. And I think men should continue to push back on it. We shouldn't just yield all of our power and decision making because women are sexually liberated, can make their own choices. Make your own choices and sit in your bed. No one's telling you how to live, right? No one's forcing you to do whatever. You can go out and do whatever you want, but then don't expect someone to accept it.
I want to know.
Rich.
Let's know what it is.
Rich.
Everyone, please, everyone, composure, yeah. What hit? I'm not even gonna say anything like that. I'm just gonna say hit dogs holler. What I mean by that, yeah, is that like if you hit a dog, yeah, it's gonna bark, right? If the dog's not hit, it won't bark. That's what it basically means. I don't. So if someone's saying if someone fits. Yeah, if the shoe fits, there you go. It's the same. I'm not saying you lot are dogs, like
guys. When you guys are talking about
if the shoe fits,
when you guys are talking about broke men, when you guys are talking about broke men, I don't get triggered at all. All these times when you talk about men paying for stuff, I don't get triggered because I'm not broke. I get money. So all of these things are no, but I'm not bothered by none of these things that you want.
I'm kind of bothered.
No. How can I see? Okay, no, wait, it's fine. But this is what
to not do the ad libs.
No. So if you let me speak, girls. This is not respectful. No. Wait, hold on a second. No, this is what we talk about. This is very disrespectful.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry because you're still interrupting me. That's not sorry. You're not learning anything.
My bad.
This is you're still talking. Very disrespectful. Right. So I'm experiencing you now, yeah? And this is me experiencing you on a podcast. I can only imagine what it is for a man that's actually in a relationship with you. You're very unagreeable and you're not listening. You're talking to a man that's a lot older than you, that's trying to put you on some game. And rather than you listen, all you will do is keep talking.
You sound hurt. Who hurt you?
I'm not hurt.
That kind of
So back to what I was saying again.
No, there was no need for all of that.
It's for what?
For just the way he was just talking to her.
But they're not listening though.
No, I get that. I get all of that, the lead up to it. But then he said to her, "You're interrupting," and she said, "I'm sorry." And then he's like, oh, you're still interrupting me. She said, I'm sorry. Like, she's agreed. She's understood. She's sitting there listening to you. Now, you don't need to try and just embarrass her like that in front of everyone. I think that was wrong.
Yeah, but then they go, who hurt you? I mean, I love it when people say that shit.
But it's just, he just tried to really belittle her in front of everyone.
Yeah, maybe he could have spoken to her in a different way. I don't really necessarily find the problem with what he did. Like, he didn't cuss her out.
No, but when she said, I'm sorry, he could have gone, cool, this is the point I'm trying to make, and then just said it.
He could have, but I don't think it's a big deal. The bigger problem here is that instead of listening to what he's saying, they felt like he was degrading them. Nothing he said was degrading. And then they said, who hurt you? You sound triggered. You sound bothered. Like, it's such childish responses.
That was childish, yeah. I don't agree with what they've done and what they've said, but I wouldn't like someone to talk to me like that. I'd get up and walk out.
The only reason you girls push back when we speak about body counts, it indicates to me you have a high body count. I don't need to know your body count. I just can feel your energy, and this is what we deal with. So when you want to argue about why you're arguing with the right to sleep with as many men as you want, you can do. A woman has the right to choose. A woman has the right to wear what she wants. A woman has the right to go where she wants. Yeah. A woman has autonomy and sovereignty over her body. Yes. But along with those rights, I have rights too, and I don't have to accept a woman that goes around and sleeps around with people. And this is why you girls get mad. See, it's called a preference. It's called. Wait, hold on. Hold on. No, I'm explaining something. It's called a preference. It's called a standard. That's all it's called. So when men speak like this is our standard. This is our preference. Sleep with 10 men, sleep with 20, sleep with 100 men. But when you meet the final man that you want, we're going to see what he has to say for it.
Thank you.
Now, go on. Say what you want to say in response.
What to that?
Yeah. I thought you because you kept interrupting, so I'm saying, like, if you got a rebuttal
I have no response to that, to be honest.
No, but you
just sound very hurt. The tone of your voice kind of raised for no reason at all.
You see what I mean? The guy made a perfectly valid point. He made a perfectly valid point. He didn't sound hurt to me. He was explaining the situation to her. That is what it is. You sleep with as many women as men as you want. He acknowledged her autonomy. He acknowledged her right to choose. He said, go ahead and do it. Just accept reality when you do that.
Yeah, I'm going to say I understand and I agree. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has their life choice, and if that's a particular man's preference, that's fine. Other men might accept it. But I don't agree with him where he's saying, oh, you biting back just shows that basically you've been sleeping around, because that's not true, because I've stood here and given you my point of view of the whole thing. I haven't slept around, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't like it if somebody's trying to make out in front of everyone as well that I've slept with a lot of people just because I'm trying to look at a situation from a wider lens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I think you're right there. Like, people can push back on something that they haven't necessarily done because it's an idea, and there's concepts that they're trying to argue here. So I don't agree with that. I don't know what these girls' body counts, so I don't know who any of them are. But I agree with you there.
For no reason at all. But yeah, no, I have nothing to say. We can carry on. I was going to ask.
Bro, I have to reply to that, man. No, bro, I have to reply. She cannot.
Why are you so mad? I don't understand.
Hold on. Is that your response to him? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go on, bro.
So all you got from that whole thing was my tone of my voice.
Yeah, because why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. No. This is and
I don't understand.
So once again, you go. So this is what you guys are doing, right? You keep stopping a man when he's speaking, and it becomes quite irritating. Men, we are direct. We don't do what you girls do. We want to explain something, want to get straight to it. But what you girls do, you keep interrupting and keep trying to stop. Keep adding ad libs. It's very disrespectful. You've come and invited as a guest of someone's show, and you're supposed to be here having a debate and discourse. But all you girls keep doing is interrupting.
My bad.
And you did it again.
I'm saying sorry.
No, but you don't have to say sorry. Say
bro. At the end of the day, all right.
You're doing it again.
She's being very polite.
Bro. Hey. You're not the moderator, okay? Let me do my job, all right? At the end of the day, like, I understand where he's going. He's trying to make a point to you. You was interrupting, and cool. You have your own thoughts, your own point of view. I understand both points of view. But at the end of the day, if you really are trying to listen to someone's point to get an understanding of where they're coming from, you won't really interrupt.
Oh, is that what the issue's about? I thought we were talking about the actual issue here.
This is what I'm saying. You're not.
I don't know. I'm just making sense.
This is a problem because the thing is, when you keep interrupting, it lets us know that you're not listening to what we're saying. And now you're rolling your eyes, and I'm not even raising my voice. I'm just
can we move on now? Because what are we really talking about?
We move on when I want to move.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, she's just, you can't have conversations with women like that because they they have no valid point to make, and then when you make a valid point back and they feel stupid, they'll just start doing stuff like that to try and make you feel dumb, but really they look dumb.
Yeah, she made herself look silly. That he made loads of points. She had an opportunity to push back on them. There were things that you could potentially push back on.
Yeah, or she could have said, look, I understand. Do you know what I mean? But instead she's just like,
who hurt you?
My bad. Yeah,
Let's
it's childish. It's childish.
Like, you're going to come on a podcast and you ain't got a salient point to make.
Yeah.